Kombiverkehr know-how. Intermodal transport chains. Combined transport, also called intermodal transport, is the best of two or more transport worlds. That's because combined transport combines the strengths of two completely different modes of transport for economic, ecological and safety-related reasons. It means that the cargo covers the whole route in one and the same load container. No reloading is required. By changing the mode of transport at continental and maritime terminals, ships, trains and trucks come together to form a single efficient transport chain. We will now present the combined transport chain in 7 steps, from the shipping order to delivery of the cargo on the recipient's premises. Every transport chain begins with a shipping order. An industrial concern or trading company issues an order to collect goods in Norderstedt, for instance, and take them to Augsburg. The shipping order is given to a forwarder who selects the mode of transport and hence the route in consultation with a transporter. The road leg begins when the goods are collected from the shipper. The forwarder either arranges this with his own vehicles or transmissions a haulage company. Carried in a semi-trailer, swap body or container, the cargo is sent, in our case by truck, from Norderstedt to Hamburg-Billwerder to the nearest terminal, where the road leg ends and the loading unit is transferred to rail. The work of Kombiverkehr becomes apparent in a terminal such as Hamburg-Billwerder. Kombiverkehr provides forwarders and logistics companies with a European logistics network on rail, in particular fast direct services from terminal to terminal. The company organizes and monitors all the processes required for rail transport. This begins with the Kombiverkehr agencies, which see to all details of the handover of truck consignments on site, from transfers, handling operations and wagon configuration to the actual train service, the traction. The spectrum of services is rounded off with IT systems for transport processing and shipment tracking. At Billwerder, our truck is allowed onto the craneway assigned to it. The loading unit has previously been inspected for compliance with transport safety requirements at the terminal check-in, and the agency has produced the necessary shipping papers. It takes less than a minute to transfer the loading unit from truck to wagon. Once the crane has loaded the last unit onto the train for Munich, the train is prepared for departure. A shunting locomotive shunts the wagons from the terminal into the marshalling yard. An electric locomotive takes over from here, if not before. From now, many different truck consignments will be transported together on rail, bundled to maximize efficiency. Depending on the route profile, the trains running in Europe can be as much as 600 meters in length and weigh up to 2,000 tons. The secret behind the cost-effectiveness and environmental efficiency of intermodal transport lies in the extensive bundling on the long section of the journey. Once arrived in the Munich-Riem terminal, a crane hoists the loading unit onto the collecting truck. In the receiving terminal too, the Kombiverkehr agency acts as a local interface for the collector. The staff of the local agency makes sure that collection is acknowledged and ensures a smooth transition to the final leg. The final road leg is the transport of the shipment by truck directly to the recipient. In our example, it goes from Munich-Riem to Augsburg. On this leg, the responsibility again rests with the forwarder or haulage company which initially had received the shipping order. The shipping order, covering continental intermodal transport on road and rail, ends on arrival of the goods at the recipients. The transport chain in maritime intermodal transport is in principle identical to that for continental transport. As well as truck and train, a seagoing vessel or barge or a ferry is also used for transport. The mode of transport for the loading units changes in the port terminal. For through transports, the Kombiverkehr agency in the seaport acts in particular as an interface with the terminal and port operator, shipping company and dockside transshipment facility. The port operator organizes truck transfer between the terminal and the dock so that the loading units can be transported onward by ship. When the ship has been loaded, it casts off and heads to the next port, where another change of mode of transport will take place. More information about intermodal transport in general and about the performance and service offerings of Kombiverkehr in particular is available at www.kombiverkehr.com.